Man be man is back.
Oh, okay, boys, do it again. Oh my gosh, the ring got messed up. This is a 5 out of freaking 5.
It is beat making time.
Next week is E3 week. My album comes out next week.
I have delivered. You talk to us, you talk to him, but oh, look at that, my God.
This is your boy.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash True Inferno. And I am back with another Fortnite gameplay for you guys. And a lot of stuff has happened or came across my way in the past week. So today is, by the way, Saturday, April the 21st, as I am making this video. And the reason why I mention this because, again, a lot of stuff has happened in the past week and 2 weeks and things of that nature. And I'm going to talk about 3 of these things in the upcoming week, starting with this week. So the first thing I want to talk about is Meek Mills. So, in case you didn't know, a long time ago, Meek Mills was arrested for illegally possessing a firearm and assaulting the police when he was 18 years old. So, ever since then, he been arrested for parole violation. So, now, here's the thing about this case. So, basically, the scenario was this. There's this judge, right? What is this judge's name? There's this judge who been in charge of Meek Mill's case throughout this whole time. And throughout this whole time, Meek Mills was given parole, so he was able to make albums and make music and do shows and make business deals and things of that nature, blah, blah, blah. So there's this judge, and I forgot her name, but this judge is a black woman. And obviously all this is taking place in Philly, Meek Mill's hometown. And she got issues with Meek. I don't know what those issues are, but she got issues with Meek. Because here's the thing. The cop who arrested Meek Mills for what happened when he was 18 years old, things of that nature, the cop lied. The cop lied. Like, none of that was true, apparently. The cop lied, and this has been going on not just for Meek Mills, but for a number of the people. In fact, I think that number was around 80 people were falsely arrested, accused, and lied about, and was wrongfully sentenced to jail. So this cop was amongst the list of other cops who was doing this stuff. And now the judges were starting to, I guess, try to correct this and letting people who were wrongfully imprisoned because of these crooked cops, they letting them walk free. But when it came to Meek Mills, because again, the cop was a part of the list of wrongful cops or crooked cops, and that cop arrested Meek Mills, the judge was like, okay, we'll have a hearing on June 20-something. And actually June 18th. That was the actual date, June 18th. And here's the thing about this. Obviously, you got the defense attorney who represent Meek Mills, who wanted this case to be dropped. You got the prosecutor, meaning the attorney who are going against the defense attorney. So there's 2 attorneys, there's 2 lawyers. You got the defense and you got the prosecutor, aka the offense, I guess you could say. Even the prosecutor says, yeah, we want this case dropped. Meek Mills should be free. So both sides agree, folks. And when both sides agree, you don't need a hearing. You don't need a judge. You don't need court. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say you don't need a judge. I'm not sure. But you don't need a court case. You don't need a hearing of any kind because both sides agree. So if both sides agree, the judge's like, okay, since both sides agree, have it your way. Nope, not in this case. The judge was like, no, we're going to have a hearing in 60 days, aka June 18th. And both sides like, why? What the heck? So actually the name of the judge is Judge Wood Skipper. So actually Sheila Wood Skipper. That's her full name. So, and this the same judge. Remember I said that 3 wrongfully imprisoned people walk free. She was the one who sent them home. She had them hearing like this week and sent them home. But when it came to Meek Mills, nah, here's June 8th. That's crazy. That's ludicrous. Because again, both sides, the defense and the prosecutor, they both agree. We want this case dropped. We want Meek to be out of jail. And then when it came to bail, the judge was like, nah. So Meek is in jail. He's still in jail. And at the time being, he's going to be in jail until this June 8th hearing, which is ludicrous. It's crazy. So, here's what happened. Here's the thing that makes this worse. Because, again, Meek Mills, apparently this judge got beef with Meek Mills because his rapping, a few years back, right, Meek was doing, if memory serves correctly, I think he was doing a charity event or community service. I forgot. Yeah, he was doing community service. And she showed up. She was there. She was watching him do community service, which a typical judge would not do that. So basically, how I heard about all this, I was driving to work, by the way, and I just happened to have 97.9 on my radio. And normally, as I'm on my way to work, I would wait for my car to pick up my iPod or my MP3 player, you know, by Bluetooth. And then I'll start my MP3 and listen to songs off of that. But because of what they was talking about while my car was trying to pick up my MP3 by Bluetooth, I was listening to this. And then I rewatched the interview. Well, it's on YouTube, so I listened or re-listened to it, or I watched it on YouTube. So I was able to get all the facts straight, and then I can start. So basically, Meek, one of Meek's attorneys, Joe Tacopina, how you pronounce his last name, he the one who told all of this, like this story right here. So basically what happened was she showed up at his community service, and he'd been a defense attorney for 25 years, and he said that a judge would never show up at the community service of a accused or a felon or whatever the case may be that they are in charge of. So in other words, this judge, Sheila, was in charge of Meek Mill's case, and yet she showed up at his community service. A judge don't do that. And then here's the thing. She pulled him aside. I'm not sure if this is that same community service or somewhere else. She pulled him aside and was like, hey, Meek, you know what? I think you should re-record a Boys to Men song and shout me out. And Meek was like, what? Like, he was laughing, like thinking she was joking. But she was like, no, I'm dead serious. You should re-record a Boys to Men song and give me a shout out. And Meek Mill was like, well, first of all, that's Boys to Men. That's a whole different genre right there. And yes, it is. And so he don't really take part in that type of genre. And he don't shout people out in his songs. So, again, I keep in mind, this was his judge. So, guess what happened there? And then, it gets worse than that. Because he had a parole officer, right? A parole officer that she assigned him to. I think his last name was Underwood. And I'm not sure if she told him to do this. More likely she did. Or he just came up with this idea on his own and pursued it on his own. And that is it. And actually, I think she did tell him to get Meek Mill to do this. And that is this. They want Meek Mills to leave Rock Nation to sign with a friend of hers, a.k.a. Charlie Mack. So remember, Meek Mills, Charlie Mack used to be Meek Mill's manager, but then he left Charlie Mack, and apparently he's now with Rock Nation. But she was like, no, leave Rock Nation and go back to Charlie Mack. And of course, he was like, no, because apparently he left Charlie Mack for a reason. So, and again, I guess you could, and actually, no, let me go back to that community service thing. Nicki Minaj was there. So you could tell this was a while back, because the two of them was dating. And when she made that request about the whole Boys to Men song, give her a shout out, Nicki Minaj was there and heard the whole conversation go down. So it's pretty crazy. It's really, really crazy right there. And at this point in time, the FBI are investigating her. And even though this investigation is going on, she still oversees Meek Mill's case. I'm like, how is that possible? So now the defense attorney of Meek Mills, his defense team rather, they're going to the Supreme Court with this. Like, yeah, we need this taken care of because this judge is crooked, is not biased at all, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, she got to go. She needs her, I don't know, her judge license or whatever it is that gives her the ability to be a judge. That didn't be taken away from her permanently. And this ain't no race issue. Like, this ain't a Caucasian judge having problems with me. No, this was a black judge. And I'm like, how is this possible? How is this possible? I never heard of such a thing. So, yeah, free Meek Mill. Now, yeah, That's the mindset right here. That's the demand right here. And Philly been making a lot of news this past week because what I'm going to talk about next week involved 2 other black men who had to deal with the law, and all of this went down in Philly. Some of you may know what this is. So yeah, I'm going to say that for next week. So with that said, y'all know who this is. This is your boy, the new Jay Gatsby, aka New Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.